everybody, welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is awfully silly, a game, oh, it's going to be a long day. It is a show designed to bring in games that you might see on silly or awful blocks and main lines, and we're going to show them off on GDQ Hotfix. Today, Conception's not able to be here, so I will be your host. I'm Church and Sarge. Before we get into our games today, just a few quick reminders. GDQ 2025 will be live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 5th through 12th. Registration and hotel bookings are now open. You can go visit gamesonthequick.com and check the GDQ 2025 important dates chat section to learn more. And also the GDQ 2025 schedule is now out. You can go to gamesonthequick.com/schedule to check it out and let us know what you're most excited to see. Also, the new game submission period for games released after September 6th is now open, and that's open until Thursday, November 21st. So get those submissions in if you're looking to submit a new game. With all of that said, we have our first game here. It's Starship Titanic. I will hand it over to our runner. Let him introduce himself.
All right, hello everybody, hello. It is I, Casual Speedrun. Thank you guys, you guys are so nice in the chat. Do you like it? Do you like it? We had to go all out to bring you Starship Titanic. This game does not get enough love, it doesn't get what it deserves. Very obscure. For those of you who have ever heard of a little book or movie called A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the author of that actually helped create this game. He'll actually have a cameo at the very end. This game is sort of an answer to the question, what would happen if you combined A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with the cast of Monty Python? I'm not sure who came up with that crossover, but we're definitely here for it. This is a point-and-click adventure game, and we're going to be doing a lot of fast clicking, so I'll do my best to kind of explain everything as we go. Time is going to start on my first input here. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So first of all, we actually have to put the game disc into the computer, which I always get a huge kick out of. And then after that, well, as they do, a giant intergalactic starship is going to crash into our roof. Don't you hate it when that happens, guys? That could be one of those commercials like, does this ever happen to you? Isn't that just the worst? Okay, so the game has not frozen. We're actually just mashing a spacebar and click to get our dear friend here. Fentable is his name, one of the many robots serving aboard the Starship Titanic where there are no humans. That's what they need us for. Basically what's going on is, how can we put this? Something has gone terribly wrong on the maiden voyage of the Starship Titanic. Imagine that, right? They did say it would be too big to fail, but of course that is not the case. Something has gone indeed very wrong, and they're calling on us, a human being, to come sort it out because the robots can't do it themselves. Essentially what's going on is there was a plot underway to sabotage. 2 of the 3 owners have actually decided to sabotage the Starship Titanic in order to get some insurance money. However, even that went terribly wrong. Not only were they, as one of my chatters in my Twitch channel says, unalived, and have essentially become props in the game, they also forgot to arm the bomb. So basically everything has gone wrong aboard the Starship Titanic, and so they're calling us aboard to fix it. Okay, as you can see, we actually type messages to the robots in the game, and that's how we're able to progress the plot in addition to actually solving puzzles. And we will be solving many, many puzzles. So hold on to your hats. He kind of fidgets there for a second and is looking at, if you can see on the right side of the screen, there's a little picture there of the starry night sky above our house. Perfect. Now we'll be able to find our way back home, right? Right. So with that, we are ready to board the Starship Titanic, but first we need to ride the elevator up. And that's what this first part of the game is just watching Fentable explain the plot of the game while we ride an elevator up into space. Don't at me with the physics, guys. Don't at me with the physics on that. I can't really vouch for it personally, but we are indeed riding an elevator up into space right now as soon as we press the button. But he's going to need us to do that in just a second once he stopped yapping. Top button.
Sorry, it's my cell point settings, you see. Well,
yes, you see, the robots are having a bit of a problem. As he says, we're all a little doolally, is what he says, and I can't wait to just use that word in my everyday dialogue. So yes, he's basically giving an overview of what's going on in the plot of the game. Like I said before, the ship has been sabotaged by 2 of the 3 owners. You can take a couple guesses at who the 3rd owner is. We'll see him at the end of the game. But they were unsuccessful in half of their plot, which was scuttling, destroying the ship. The first half of their plot was very successful. They have scattered the many pieces of the AI in charge of the ship, which is called Titania. The name of the AI is Titania, and it takes the form of a blue woman. And we're going to assemble her many parts and put her back together so that she's complete and we can actually send the Starship Titanic back out into space. We don't need that fixture to our home. The HOA is actually going to be kind of mad about that probably. So we're gonna need to send them on their way. And all of that's going to start once we reach the top. The speedrun will actually really pick up. There's a lot of really fast-paced action, so we're going to do our best to explain everything as we go. It all starts with pushing the button, and as he says, don't forget to push the button. Don't forget to push the button, Twitch chat. Don't forget to push that button.
Sure that nobody's in control. I'd better go down again to secure things, but I'll be back.
The HOA will be furious about this one.
I hope you understood most of that. For all
I mean, what aren't they furious about, though?
That's a good point. You know, first it was the reindeer I put out front for the holiday season, and now they're mad about this. You just can't win. All right. So now we've done this, we are going to talk to Marcinta, the lobby bot, now that we've activated everybody. And we are actually just going to spam Y, which is how you say yes in this game. Then we're going to type a bunch of seeming nonsense. We're going to want kazoo, Y, corner. We need to make sure we type everything right. Imperial. Oh, make sure we spell it right, guys. Spelling is very important on sweet. Okay, now we're going to get ready to write this down. Let's see what we got. This is random.
To Supergalactic Traveler Class, Elevator 3.
Elevator 3.
Floor 31.
31.
12. And don't come
12. Oof, that's rough. Okay, so we actually got Elevator 3 is good, but we actually got really rough RNG for the room. So it's going to take us a second to find our room, which is fine. We will find it. This is the Bellbot. We kind of have to listen to him yap too. We just want to get this show on the road. Actually, because we're not second or first class on the ship, he basically tells us to take a hike. So, yeah. He says, you can find your own way to your room. And we don't have any bags. They basically abducted us from our home. So we don't have any bags, guys. Now, stick with me here. We are going to abduct a parrot, take a stick, smash a TV. Well, you'll see all that right now. So let's just grab that parrot. We're going to call the Bellbot and have him smash this TV for us since we can't do it ourselves. Smash TV. Give him a second. Okay, there we go. A little too early. There we go.
You bet.
Smash the ship. Smash the ship. Smash the ship. Bellbots are bad. Oh, boy. That never gets old. And of course, the parrot is just screeching his head off in the background. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're on top of it. Did we just steal a parrot? This could be the case. It doesn't actually let us take him out of the room. We'll be stealing him again in short time, and you'll see how we manage that. All we get is this feather here for the time being, and that's all we're gonna need, actually. So we're gonna grab this stick and go ahead and leave now. Actually, before we go, I'm going to grab this. That's an address marker for this room. We're going to need that soon. So let's see. We got elevator 3. Cool. Elevator 3 is pretty decent RNG. The room is a little rough. Actually, let's check to see if elevator 4 is functional. That's okay. If we got extremely lucky, elevator 4 would be available to us. That is like absurd luck. That's only happened to me twice. That we could actually have like done world record right here if that was the case. Still could be. We got elevator 3, which is really good for our third class cabin. So we'll see what we get for our second class cabin, and that's going to basically determine our pace. And it is random, of course. So now we're heading down to check out our room. I'm going to have to take a second and figure out. Let's see, room 12. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to want to come over here. This should be it. Let's just double check. It should. Yep, there we go. Oh, we won! Guys, we won! We won! All right, so we're actually going to deploy all of these little tightly packed furnitures. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can pull out the bed and that it actually has something to be supported on. And we need the bed because how else are we going to watch TV? Am I right? Who's watching this in bed right now? Not me, but Probably the next runs I will be. So we're gonna change this to channel 3, and it's gonna tell us what we already know. We won! What did we win? We won a free room upgrade, guys, and that's how we progress the plot. So, well, that was easy. That was fast. We've already progressed the plot. We're going to move on and take a second-class cabin now. Oh, get me out of here.
I'm gonna be real with you. Getting upgraded after you've already unpacked is not good.
No, it's not.
I've already unpacked.
All right, well, this is the mail system in the game. Delivers things from different parts of the ship. And that's going to give us a magazine that we're going to show to the lobby bot. And that's all we need. That's all the proof we need to say that we 100% deserve an upgrade. Okay, we're now going down to the bottom of the well. That is floor 39. The reason we're going down here is to grab just a few endgame items. This TV that we smashed, of course, naturally. Why smash the TV if you're not going to turn it into a lovely cocktail for a nice little drinky poo at the end of the day? That is actually what happens with the TV. As for the head, that'll come in later. So we're gonna head on back up. Now we are going to pass through the lobby once again, but before we redeem that magazine for an upgraded room, we are actually going to go down into the bilge room where the central mail processor resides, and we're going to take that parrot's feather and do something very, very special with it. We're going to tickle the mail processor until it sneezes out one of the conspirators. Again, like, stay with me here. Oh, we are on the wrong side. That's okay. You'll see in this game, it's really easy to get turned around because some different parts of the ship essentially look identical. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to head down into the bilge room.
Going down.
Now, one of the conspirators, as I just mentioned, Brobostagon is his name. Brobostagon was unfortunately unalived before he was able to escape from the ship and proceed with his plan, which was utterly flawed. They forgot to arm the bomb. Nothing went according to plan, essentially. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to send a feather. Feathers make me sneeze. Oh, no! Achoo! And here it comes. Brobostagon is now essentially just a prop, and we're going to take 2 items from him. Thank you, Brobostagon, for your help. And we're going to head right back up to the lobby. Head right back on up to the lobby, and we're going to give that magazine to Marcinta, the lobby bot, and with that, we're just going to be able to upgrade. Bless you, thank you. Okay, now let's talk to Marcinta, give this right away, and now we just want to mash on out of here.
Yes, you can ring
Okay,
my
we've got
bell
elevator
anytime.
1, let's see, floor 20, room 2, 20, room 2. Okay. We're gonna grab the parrot once again. Turn this guy on. I shall screech. Send it to my room. Yes, we are sending the parrot. That is correct. And that's how we steal the parrot. I believe that was floor 20, room 2. Is that right?
It's there.
It's there. All right. We're good to go. That means we just head on down. We're going to go into... Oh, a little too far there. We're going to go down elevator 1, which is unfortunate RNG. We actually don't want elevator 1 at all. There we go. Let's call it. All right. Now we have to wait for the elevator to come up, and we are going to head on down to...
Hello, sir.
I'm just gonna say my room. I'm pretty sure it's 20. 20. Okay. And that is room 2. All right, perfect. So once we get to room 2, we are going to find the mailbot for that specific room. And let me see. So okay. So we want this one. All right. Activate this guy. Oh, there we go. Receive, and he's going to sneeze out that poor parrot. Sorry. Sorry. He's given us the oh, excuse me.
One at a time.
There we go. Release the parrot and shake this bowl of pistachio nuts, because we can't just tip the bowl over. We actually need the parrot to eat them all, and we're going to collect one of Titania's pieces once he does. Can't keep a good parrot down, but you especially can't keep a bad parrot down. That's right. Squawk. All right. Now that we've grabbed one of Titania's ears, we're going to watch a little TV. That's right, just a little bit of TV. All right. Channel 5, this should tell us what floor 27. Okay, good. Nice and standard. Nothing fancy. Oh. All right, so we're gonna wanna
Hello, sir.
head all the way back up.
Of the well.
We're gonna head back up, and then we're going to go into a different elevator and then take that down to floor 27. We have to take elevator 3 because that's the one that paired with 4, which is the one that's broken. So yeah, just RNG. We're going to adjust a few little statues here. These control the personalities of the robots. I think we're going to want to, for Marcinta, adjust both of these. And for this guy, we're going to adjust that one. Okay, now everybody should be willing to work with us here. We're going to take elevator 3. Take elevator 3 down to floor 27.
Floor 27.
Threw an extra 7 in there for you guys. All right, now that we're going down to floor 27, we are going to be able to use that creepy head that we picked up at the very bottom of the well and get one of Titania's pieces in return. And it has to be elevator 3. That's the only one that's paired with 4. And now that we're on this floor, we can do this.
God blimey.
And now we're going to take...
Step me vitals and pick
Actually, no, we're going to want to... No, we may as well just take this one, actually. I was thinking we could do something, but actually because of our elevator loadout, we are not able to do a little sneaky trick, which is totally fine. All right, we already grabbed the parrot room ID. I'm just going to make 100% sure that we have that so we don't have a problem later. Okay, good. Parrot lobby. All right, and with that, we can actually, we've got the eye. I am going to go talk to Marcinta once more. And this time, we are simply just going to say, upgrade, once she talks to us. There we go. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. We're going to ignore that room. We actually don't need that at all. Let me see. We're going to go change the fuses. Head on down into this part of the ship. Something very creepy and horrible lives down here. Feel free to ignore that. This is, in fact, the room where Titania, the AI, resides. And if you sense something is terribly wrong in this room, you would definitely be right. Actually, let's go back in there. We need to power this on and then remove this. Okay, there we go. That will come in handy in just a minute here. Now let's head on back up to the main deck. We're going to take this, the Pellerator, into the promenade, where we will put that fuse that we just activated to use. Now, what we've just done is powered on a giant ventilator fan. We've removed the fuse so that it's stuck being on. Don't at me with the physics again, guys. I don't think that's how it works, but oh well. We're here for it. We're rolling with it anyway. So we're going to activate this ventilator and essentially turn a bunch of these poor birds into a delicious paste that will come in handy also later on when we feed the parrot a chicken. Very, very important. We'll be using this purple paste. Yes, I know. Very sad, very sad. I said don't at me with the physics. I see you. I see you down there. My physics, no! Yes, I know. You know what? Un-Newtonian's your physics. All right. Now that we've done that, we can simply poke this and then poke it again with a stick. And what does that do? But opens up a big portal into another dimension where a hammer resides. Perfect. It's a gift for you, Twitch chat. I got you a hammer. Happy holidays. It's what I always wanted.
Music room.
All right, we are now in the music room where we get to solve, you guessed it, the music puzzle. All right, let me focus here. This is actually really finicky. So let's see, we're gonna want to set this to minimum, set this one also to minimum. We're gonna change this, set this to max, second degree. That is third, and change this one, third. That should be good. Now we can actually double check that. What we're gonna do here is hit record, go back out over here. Actually, what we're gonna do, oops, we're gonna stop this, and then hit record. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now this should be right. Let's see. Sounds right? Okay. Good. Now what we can do, we actually don't need to finish recording. We can simply pull this out of here and then look away real quick. And there we go. It's Titania's ear. Pogger. We're just finding pieces everywhere. This is easy, guys. All right, now we're gonna head to the bar. It's been a long day, and we're actually just gonna grab an empty glass. We're not actually gonna do anything except for meet my favorite character in the game, Fortillion Banterburn O'Perfluous, at your service. The best. Yeah, we're just gonna grab this glass and say, see you later, Fortillion. Bye-bye. That's it. Oops, goodbye. Yes, now we are going to head to the restaurant. Have you guys ever seen an open table at a restaurant, but the maitre d' tells you there isn't one? Well, we're going to get those frustrations out right now. We are, in fact, coming up on the only combat segment of the game. Hooray! We're going to fight, yes, fight the maitre d' because there is a table available. There aren't any humans on the ship except for us, but he tells us there's not a seat available in the house. Not to call the man a liar, but we're definitely going to fight him over that. And so, how are we going to fight him, Casual? I'll tell you guys. We're, of course, going to poke him in his buttock.
I must say, Shodan is
yes, but first we need to reach over here and grab this arm, and then poke him.
The music I must
there we go.
It is
poke him, and poke him again, and this is literally the fight, and it is random how long this takes, so settle in. I got a really fast one. I actually golded in practice earlier, so let's see if that carries over now. Okay.
And now I will fight you.
I told you, I told you guys. But here it is, just in case you didn't believe me. We are, in fact, just poking his Achilles buttock, as he refers to. You must not prod me there.
If you will prod my Achilles, and now I will fight you.
Is there a reason you're turning away every time?
Yes, it's actually to speed it up, so that way we're able to just turn and prod him immediately again. Okay, he needed to, like, chill for a second before we can grab all this stuff. Okay, this is actually one of the other conspirators in the game, so there he is. Villanovas is his name, was his name. He's just a prop now. Don't commit insurance fraud, guys. That's the moral of this story. So we're going to stop this music because the maitre d' doesn't really like it. And we're just going to put in the music that we played because he's going to like that very much. Now let's see. This should be, it sounds like the right one. Perfect. Okay, so those arms that we grabbed, he actually lets go. Those arms let go of the objects. Not only do we need the objects to be let go of, we also actually need the arms themselves to be empty-handed, and that will come in late. That will come in handy. Get it? That will come in handy at the very end of the run. All right. So now we are heading over to the Arboretum, but we can't really interact with that yet. This is very confusing, I know. Yes. We're going to nice and slowly wait for this to open. We can actually bug out the game really bad if we rush that, so we're just going to be nice and slow. All right. Now, these are some opera-singing night boats. I couldn't tell you, so don't ask. Now we are going to, let's see, now we need to go and put in the fuses. We're going to head back down into the fuse room. Something horrible lives down here, yada yada. Okay, now we're going to put in the green Arboretum fuse, activate that, and leave. Same as before, we are free to simply leave now. Head back up onto the main deck. And I think we want to, let me see, we're actually going to take elevator 2 down so that we can get this light. We're going to call on our friend Craig the Bellbot once again.
Morning, sir.
And we're going to go down to floor 7. Okay. Thank you. Now we're going to just take a little left here. End of the room. This should be our room here. Not the room we were assigned. We actually just ignore that completely. Perfect. That's the room we're looking for. Okay. We're just looking to break that light loose. So I'm just going to tell him, get light. He's going to say no.
Can do.
No can do, but then he gets it anyway. What a Chad. Let's hear it for Craig the Bellbot. I don't know why he bothers saying no can do, but then he just does it anyway. I love this game.
He has to do it on his terms, not your terms.
Yes, exactly. He's saying, yes, I'll do it, but not because you told me to. So we're actually going to want to take elevator 1 for this part. head on down to floor 28. Perfect.
28 at your service, sir.
Okay. Floor 28. Now we're gonna do a little stick and chicken. We're gonna grab a stick and we're gonna grab a chicken. What do we do with these things? The stick we're gonna use to free a lemon from a tree. That's fine. It's a communal lemon tree. It's fine. The chicken, that's a little more complicated of a story. I'm gonna grab this stick here. Perfect. Optimal stick. Let's go. So now let's grab ourselves a chicken. This part's actually really risky. So what I'm gonna do here is just grab these things, put them in the inventory so they're at the very back of the inventory, which is where we want them. Now we're going to summon the chicken. Ba-ba-ba! Let's go, we got a chicken. All right, now we're gonna get some of this purple juice. As you do, we're going to wipe off the grease from this chicken and place it, hopefully, perfect. Okay, mustard. Good. This game is so finicky. You can actually like soft lock yourself here. I have a safety save, don't worry. But the chicken is the most finicky thing in this game by far. It's actually kind of crazy how prone to failure it is, considering it is necessary for the plot. So we're going to send it. Okay. There we go. Here we go. The reason we coat it in the reason we coat the chicken in mustard is because this guy hates mustard, and so he won't eat it. Otherwise, he will literally just eat it, and we just have to make a new chicken. Or you can get soft lock, which also happens because this game is good. Okay.
Top of the well it is.
Perfect. We've got our chicken sent to the parrot room. We've got our stick in the inventory. We are ready to go. We cannot misclick even once. If we do, we will lose the chicken. It will become a cold chicken, and parrots hate cold chicken. This is a fact of life. So we need the chicken to still be hot when we get there. So we need to be very careful not to misclick here. So I'm just gonna be nice and gentle with it. Nice and gentle. Okay. Now receive. And what do we receive but a nice hot chicken coated in mustard? Parrot doesn't like mustard either, so what we're gonna do, give me that. What we're gonna do about that is just wipe it off. Easy. Now take one step over to the parrot here.
What's the chicken?
Ooh, chicken. This is probably my favorite part of the run, except when we go back to the bar, that's my real favorite part. There we go. Okay, and we've just got a piece from Titania. Perfect. Okay, activate this gamer. Now we feed him the hose. Now we're going to feed the other end of the hose into here. This one's also really finicky. Okay, there we go. You have to, like, some of the things in this game, you have to place it on, like, there's like a 3 or 4 pixel range. I'm not kidding. Like a really, really skinny range. Otherwise, you just cannot, like, get the thing to work the way you want to. Actually, we're going to go this way over to the Arboretum. It's faster if we just take the opera boat. Why is it an opera boat? Now we're gonna free one of these lemons. Perfect, that was a fast lemon, let's go. And then we're gonna change it to autumn, where we can now free one of Titania's pieces, one of her central processing unit components. And then we are going to turn it to winter so it's nice and frozen. And the reason for that is that we can access one of the opera singing boats who's hiding one of the very last components here. And this is what we needed those arms for. Got a little tired of that song. There we go. And that is Titania's mouth. Now we're going to, you know, it's a little chilly in here. I'm actually going to raise the temperature again back to spring. Ah, the cycle of the seasons. A beautiful thing, isn't it? I live in Phoenix, Arizona, so I wouldn't really know much about that. We only get summer and winter. Or I guess you could say summer and not summer, rather. So we're actually going to take the Pellerator. There we go. Yes. Now we are heading into my very favorite part of the speed run, my very favorite thing. It is unskippable. Thank goodness. May that never change. We get to watch a little segment that in my splits is called The Shining. You'll see why in just a second. It bears an uncanny resemblance to one of my favorite horror movies, a certain scene. Or, well, a combination of scenes, I suppose. We're going to go ahead and give Fortillion here a nice little drink for him to enjoy after a nice long ride in the Pellerator.
Kindly behave themselves on the journey.
No comedy, please. I'm looking at you guys. No comedy down there. All right?
The bar
Yeah, in Phoenix, we basically just get, as Dane said, Summer and Summer 2 is essentially what we get. I'm actually going to make a safety save right here. It doesn't matter what it's called. All right, there we go. Now we're going to give him this little glass. Actually, let's give, in order, I guess we can give him the TV.
I see you're no slouch when it comes to casual violence.
Then we're going to give him a lemon. Lemon.
The cocktail garnish with a hint of lemon.
Give him that, and then type Starling.
Sadly, I rather suspect.
Perfect, okay. Now we're gonna ask him to put vodka. Spot on. Okay, and now we get to watch him create the drink, and then, see, Fortillian's actually not a very good bartender. He makes the drink for us with ingredients we provided at our order, but then he just drinks it himself. So he's actually a terrible bartender, but still my favorite character in the game. And now we get to watch him basically just go ham for like 30 seconds. This is good stuff. And all of this is so that we can get this little item right here, which we're actually gonna type in here. Just typing G, G, G until he settles down. This segment never gets old. Reverse bartender, yeah. Okay, get vision. There we go. So we have to wait for him to settle down, essentially. Get his zoomies out, and then we can get him to give us this thing. Actually, if you try to grab it yourself, the game's response is hilarious. It literally just says, it would be nice if you could grab that yourself, but you can't. So, yeah, I always get a huge kick out of that. So we're going to head on back. We're just going to head on back to the main part of the ship. We now have all of Titania's pieces. We are coming up on time here. Pretty decent run, actually, considering we got less than optimal elevator RNG.
Mind the door.
Okay, now let's go ahead and install all of the pieces in Titania and get this show on the road. You know what? We're running ahead of estimate here. Would you guys like a little bad ending action?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, see, the conspirators completely forgot to arm the bomb. This will be a very big explosion, so please stand back. Now we're going to go up, go back down, and now we're going to assemble Titania. Easy as that. Now let's get our pieces ready here.
98.
Oh, that countdown. I'm sure that's nothing. Go ahead and just put all the pieces in here. Oh, get in there. Little eyeball, eyeball, ear, ear. Now let's see, we want, I believe it's blue. See, like the pixels, man. The pixels, get in there. Come on. You can do it. Get in there. Oh, he just does not want to, it just does not want to. Oh, I'm using the wrong one. That's why. That's actually a fuse. My mistake. So this is the red. This one is the green. And this one is the yellow. Now we just need... Take that out and put it back in. That should be all of the pieces here. Oh, it didn't accept the core processor. That's why. Okay, there we go. And that's that. Only it hasn't. It's one of my favorite lines in the game. I'd say it's been nice knowing you. Only it hasn't. Yeah, stay tuned for more bad endings, guys. There's a big lineup tonight, so yeah, definitely stick around. We are coming up on time in just about 2 minutes here. This is unskippable. This is Titania, of course. Nightmare fuel. I'm sure you will agree. You can actually hear the countdown happening in the background, which I find so funny. You can hear the countdown for destroying the ship in the background. I mean, activating the bad ending. That's what I meant. We would never destroy this ship. I love the parrot far too much. I'm definitely not mad or retributive towards the parrot for killing so many of my runs. It's so incredibly finicky, the chicken. It's hard to explain unless you've seen it go wrong. but basically if the chicken turns cold, he won't accept it. If you accidentally place it literally like outside of a little 4-pixel range, it will go to the wrong sauce, the purple sauce, and then everything is ruined. It's, yeah, the chicken. The chicken is, the chicken's pretty brutal, guys.
Probably jumped off the ship when you got on.
But yes, stay tuned. We are coming up on time, and we will actually get a very, very nice cameo from Douglas Adams himself, the author of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and the writer of this game, the plot, the dialogue. And yes, of course, this was a joint effort between him and the cast of Monty Python, so I hope you have enjoyed this. Oh, get me out of here.
46.
I don't like Doom. Right. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this thing on. There's actually a puzzle we can do here, but for the sake of the speedrun, we're not gonna do it. All right, time is coming up in 3, 2, 1, and that's time.
GG.
Thank you. And yes, indeed, that is John Cleese. If you recognize some of the voices, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. It is Monty Python. And look at that, guys. We made it. We finished. We have sent the Starship Titanic back to our home so that we can get off and we can send them back out into outer space. And of course, we're going to get to enjoy a little bad ending action here after some words from Douglas Adams himself.
You probably know that. I'm sorry about what's happened to you. I'm even more sorry about what's happened to me. You have lost a house.
Thanks for GG's, guys.
I have lost a life.
Thanks for
and a
watching.
dream. You may not care about my life and my dream. Well, I don't really care.
He doesn't really care about our house. It is what it is. Don't forget to drink water, by the way, guys. We got a long show coming up tonight, so don't forget to drink water.
Good woman, and also.
At least he's honest about not caring about your house.
Thank you for restoring.
Really, I mean, the house has played a spectacularly small role in the grand scheme of things.
Which is not really real, if you see what I mean. So, to be honest, I'm more inclined to place.
But yeah, this was a pretty decent run considering the elevator RNG we got. I'm totally satisfied with it. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching just as much as I have enjoyed putting the run on. Very happy to be able to show you guys Starship Titanic. Of course, most have not even heard of this game because it really ran under the radar. Gee, I wonder why. But yeah, fantastic video game. Highly, highly recommend it casually. And the speedrun really doesn't spoil that much, I promise. You can totally still play this fresh without knowing anything about what's going on, and you'll still be able to like figure everything out for yourself. Now let's see the Starship Titanic take off. Okay, I thought it was frozen for a second. There we go. Okay. Thank you, guys. Yes, don't forget to drink water. Don't forget to drink water. And stick around. CC is up next with Deja Vu. Big show for you guys tonight. But yes, I have been Casual Speedrun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here it is, our hard-earned bad ending to the game, because we just love the parrot that much. I love that the parrot has kept me from so many sub-30s, has always kept me from sub-29. So this is how we reward the parrot for his tireless effort and comedy. Goodbye. All right. And that brings us to the end. Thank you guys again for watching. And thank you to everybody who put this on. Church and Sarge, thank you so much for stepping in and, you know, taking control of the show for tonight. Shout out to Conception, who had invited me to come on. Thank you to GDQ in general for having me back on again and for letting me showcase this game. Doesn't get enough love. Try out the game, guys. Try out the game. Once again, I've been Casual Speedrun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Ed, thank you so much for being on. It was absolutely a wild ride. What a great speedrun. I'm not really sure I understood what happened, but...
Who did? I mean, honestly...
Make sure you give Casual a follow, and everybody else is going to show up. We've got a great lineup of speedrunners for you tonight, so make sure you follow everybody we're going to have on. Thank you again, Casual.
Thank you guys. My pleasure, my pleasure.
And like you said, we do have more runs coming up for you. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Deja Vu in just a moment. Before we go, just a quick reminder, GDQ's next all-women and fed speedrunning event, Frost Fatales 2025, will be live from March 9th through 16th. Submissions are open now. until the end of Sunday, November 24th. You can go to gamezonequick.com/frankfatales for more information. That said, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.